Good morning. In the last class, we discussed about the basic gates and the universal gates, and also we discussed about the theorem which is called the De Morgan's theorem, which is introduced while I was discussing the NOR gate and NAND gates. So what is the purpose of this De Morgan's theorem, and what is the use of this De Morgan's theorem actually lies in the Boolean algebra. So in this lecture we are going to discuss about some of the basic laws and rules regarding the Boolean algebra. You are familiar with the ordinary algebra. The ordinary expressions usually consisting of fractions, decimals, negative numbers, square roots, cube roots, logarithm, negative numbers, etc. But in the case of Boolean algebra, these are not present. In the case of a Boolean expression, we can have only three types of operations or three basic operations, which is the logical addition. That logical addition is actually the ORing operation, the OR, which is usually denoted by the plus sign, and another one is the logical multiplication, which is otherwise called the ANDing operation, AND, which is denoted by a dot, and the third basic operation in the case of a Boolean algebra is the complement or complementation, which is actually taking the invert or inverse, which is usually denoted by a bar over the variable which is to be complemented. So these are the three basic operations in a Boolean algebra or Boolean expression. And you know that a variable, suppose if you consider a is a variable, the variable a can have only two values, either 0 or 1. So that makes the Boolean algebra very easy because it contains only two values that may be assigned to any variable. So let's discuss some of the laws, the basic laws regarding the Boolean algebra, which are same as for an ordinary algebra, or we are already familiar with some of the basic laws in ordinary algebra, like commutation relation or commutative law, the associative law, distributive law. All these three laws are applicable to Boolean algebra also. So the basic laws regarding the Boolean algebra is, one is the commutative law. I am not going into much details of this law. If you consider two variables a and b, then the commutative law says that a or b, where or is the logical operation or which is called logical addition, a or b is same as b or a. And if it is logical operation is multiplication, then it is given by a and b is equal to b and a. Here you can see that the order of the variable is immaterial, so that is called commutative law. So Boolean algebra obeys the commutative law. That means the order in which the variables are odd or ANDed makes no difference as the same answer is arrived at either way. Or we can say that the order of operation is immaterial in the case of Boolean algebra, which is called a commutative law. Then the second one is the associative law. Here the grouping of the variables is immaterial. The case of a commutative law, the order is immaterial. The case of associative law, the grouping of the variable is immaterial. For example, if you consider three variables A, B and C, suppose we have a relation A is odd with B first, then it is odd with C, that is A or B or C. Here the grouping is the first OR operation is done for the variables A and B, then the result is odd with C. According to the associative law, this is equal to if you OR B and C first, then make the logical addition with A, which gives the same result. That means A or B or C is equal to A or B or C. In the LHS, first we are doing the logical addition of A and B, and the result is logically added with C. On RHS, what we are doing is we are logically adding the B and C first, and the result is added with A. Both the operations will make the same result or will give you the same result. That means here the grouping of the variable is immaterial in the case of or logical addition. If you consider the logical multiplication or the ANDing operation, that is if you AND A and B first, then it is ANDed with C, which will give the same result as when you AND the B and C first, then the result is ANDed with A. So if you logically multiply the variables A and B first and the result is multiplied with C, then which will give the same result as that obtained when you logically multiply the variables B and C first and then the result is logically multiplied with A. So for both OR operation and AND operation, the operators obey the associative law, that is grouping of the variable is immaterial for the Boolean algebra. Now if you consider another one which is called the distributive law. Here actually we are distributing the variables. That means if you are having three variables A, B and C, suppose if you want to add A, logically add A with the result of logical OR operation of B and C, which will be same as if you distribute this A to B and C separately, that is A and B is odd with A and C will give the same result. So this is called the distributive law. So Boolean algebra obeys the distributive law. So these are the three basic laws regarding the Boolean algebra: the commutative law, the associative law and the distributive law. Now there are certain rules that we can always remember that we will make our task easy when we are doing or when we are trying to simplify a big Boolean expression. So some of the rules, some rules are meant for the or logical addition, some are meant for logic and some are other one. So let's discuss one by one some of the basic or general rules that can be used or applied while simplifying a large Boolean expression to a minimal form. The first one is, if you OR the variable a with 0, the result will always be the variable a, where the variable a can have the value 0 or 1. So if a is 0, then result will be 0. If a is 1, the result will be 1. That means when a is odd with 0, we will get the result as a. The second one is, when a is odd with 1, the result will be always 1. Irrespective of the value of a, we will get the result as 1. You can verify all these things by putting either 0 or 1 to the variable a. You can see the result, or you can reproduce the same results. Now the third one is, when a is odd with a, we will get a itself. The fourth one is, when a is odd with its complement, a complement, we will get the result as 1. So these are the 4 rules regarding the OR operation. So they can be called as OR rules. Now if you consider another one, the AND, it's for AND operation. So the first one is, when you AND a with 0, we will get the result 0. When you AND a with 1, we will get always the answer will be a. If a is 0, the result will be 0. If a is 1, we will get as 1. Now the third one is, when a is AND with a, we will get the result as a itself. Now the 8th one, when a is ANDed with its complement, the result will always be 0. So these 4 are AND rules, or some of the basic rules regarding the AND operation. Now if you consider some other basic thing, that is, if you consider the complement of a, that is, if you make the double complement, which we have discussed while discussing the De Morgan's theorem, a complement is a itself. So it is called the complement rule or complementation rule. Now another one is, if you consider a plus ab, then it will be, using the distributive law, a plus ab can be written as a 1 plus b. So when your a is ANDed with 1 plus b, here ab means a and b. Now it will be, when you distribute it, you can see that it is a plus a and b. So this same as a and 1 plus b, according to rule number 2, 1 plus b is 1 or b is 1 itself. When a is ANDed with 1, you will get a. So the 10th rule is, a plus a or a and b is same as the variable a. This is the 10th rule. Now if you consider another rule, the 11th rule, that is a plus a bar b, a complement b, which is equal to, using rule 10, a can be written as a or a and b, then remaining is or a complement and b, which is equal to a or a. Using the distributive law, we can take this b out, so what we will have is a or a complement and b. When you distribute it, you will get the same expression, so which is equal to a plus a or a complement is 1, so 1 and b is b itself, so it is a plus b. So what the 11th rule is, a or a complement b is nothing but a or b. This is one of the rule. Now one more rule, an expression we can write here is it may be 12. If you consider a plus b is ANDed with a plus c, it will be same as a. You can distribute it first, so a is ANDed with a, or a is ANDed with c, plus, or b is ANDed with a, or b is ANDed with c. Now this is equal to a ANDed with a will give us a plus a c plus b a plus b c, which is equal to a. From these two terms I can take a outside, so what remains is a and 1 or c plus, I am rearranging this in this way using the commutation relation, that is a and b plus b and c. This is equal to 1 plus c is 1 itself, so a and 1 is a plus a and b plus b and c, which is equal to, here I can take a common, so what remains is a and 1 or b, or b and c. Now 1 or b is 1 itself, so it is a plus b and c, a or b and c. So what the next rule I have to say you is that a variable, sum of two variable, that is a or b and a or c, is same as a or b and c. This is another rule. These rules are helpful in solving complicated Boolean expressions, or to obtain the simplified form of the Boolean expressions. So that's all about some of the basic rules and laws regarding the Boolean expressions or Boolean relations. Now we have to discuss another method which makes the simplification of this Boolean expression very easy, which is called a Karnaugh map, that we will discuss in the next video. Thank you.